Hey guys, welcome back to Aquatic Sci YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell and all that jazz. This week I know I've been gone for a while, but anyway, I'm tinkering around with this little webcam thing that I got. It was pretty cheap on Amazon, so I had it apart already and I was checking it out and I was like, all right, maybe I should make a little video on this, kind of show other people. I'm gonna take it apart, do a few mods to it, and kind of poke around at it, and we'll see if we can figure out anything else, any secrets about it. But main point is I want to kind of mod it out so I can use it to have as like a little zoom camera, or I can point it at like a multimeter or something as a little side deal, or I'm not real sure yet, but I just figured let me tear it apart. It was pretty cheap, so I wanted to have some fun. Anyhow, so that's the little camera here. It's not much to it. It's just this little globe thing. It does do like pan and tilt. It like rotates and goes up, and so we got vertical and horizontal movement on it. So pan and tilt, whatever. It's you can do different Wi-Fi standards with it and stuff like that. So I'm kind of amazed with how cheap the price is. That somehow they're doing all that in this little guy. But I figure I'm going to take advantage of it and use it for some other little projects. So let's pop it apart and just see. I'll show you how it comes apart. It's pretty easy. I'm not sure it's going to come in on if it'll show up on the camera, but around the top of this globe here, there are little kind of like marks in there where you can see that there's something holding it together right there. So they just kind of clip together. So we'll just get a little guitar pick type deal in there, and hopefully we can get it popped apart. I had it apart before, so this top half kind of pops off of the bottom. So you kind of bring the lens down, or this down, so you don't accidentally get at that, and then your wedge, and just kind of wedge it in between there and pop up on it, and you got your first opening there. Once you get that first little ledge open, then you can get the pick in between there and then kind of work it around. There we go. All right. Kind of show what's going on with those. There's these little tab things here, and those are all just poking up into the shell. So not much to it. You're not going to really break anything. It's pretty sturdy, the clips inside of here too. So anyhow, so we got that out. Now there's a screw here. And this is for the tilt mechanism, or the up and down. These are little, look like little stepper motors, or maybe servo motors. So that just comes out, and then we got our camera module out of there, and then there's some cables on here. I'm just going to unplug all the cables from the board, and that should get what we need disconnected, so we can play around with this. Little connectors, just pull up on them. So we got the little guy out of there. A couple screws for this servo motor here, and then we'll pull the board out of there and see what we got for the camera. And I'm almost to the point where I left off. I had just I got it this far and then I didn't want to tinker without being on camera, so we'll figure the rest out on our own. And there's some screws on the motherboard here on the outside, and it looks like on the middle here, these two screws, they look like these are the ones that are going to be holding the camera housing in there. So I'm not going to touch those ones because that's kind of the normal, like like Arduino cameras and stuff like that. They have that same, they're just a board mounted sensor. So we'll go grab the outside screws and see if it comes out. It's coming out kind of hard. I'm not sure. Well, I'm going to try to push on the camera itself. So I just use my shirt here. So I'm pushing on the lens. Kind of wiggle it out of there. There we go. Alright, so inside of here is yet another little board. That would be the probably be like a microphone, you know, because it's got a little hole here, and then it's going to be the lights to do that infrared lighting, and then looks like like the LED to give you the status LED maybe. Alright, so here's the little, that's pretty much everything right on this little board here. You can see they glued the, I don't know if you can see or not, I hope you can. They glued the lens to the housing, so we can't use this housing or lens for what my plan is to put a different setup on there. And then this little cable here that goes to this housing, that's an IR switch, so it slides like a little infrared blocker in front of the lens when it wants to, you know, between night mode and day mode. And that's super common, like in Arduino camera, all kinds of different little cameras use that same setup. So really easy to get this stuff here. In fact, I have that stuff kind of sitting here ready to go to try out. So I got a little package of those IR cutout covers, and so it's just a little think box there. But anyway, and this, it's just a little, it's the cover piece that goes on the board. And then here's the secret sauce that I ordered separate here. Like there's the Arduino looking ones that don't have the IR cutouts. So may just use one of these, or put the original one on there. I'm not real sure how I'm gonna do that. But I did get a little telephoto lens assembly. So this won't work with this setup anymore. Probably, I'm not sure. Maybe those motors can handle the extra weight of this, but I'll tinker around and we'll see. But I more or less just want to make a solid mount one. The only reason I bought this one was to get the price. So yeah, this little. Now what I'll do is I'll list all this stuff on the video here. So the description in the video, and just to show you what I have all in this. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these screws out here, and let's see if one of these housings fits on there. Right there is the board, is the sensor, is just raw sensor on that board now. I'm gonna make sure, hurry up and get one of these on there. You don't want to get any dust inside of there. And they have like a little cover on these to seal them. The only thing that might be different about this one and the original is the little hole that's in there might be smaller on the new one. I'm not sure, or the Arduino one, since this is a better sensor than what's on those little Arduino cameras. Alright, so I got that fit on there real easy, so that's good. And then just pop this off. And we got our lens. Oop, got a little cover on there. There we go. Telephoto lens on, on a $20 camera. We'll have to play around with focus and all that later when it's hooked back up to something. Let's see if this little guy plugs into the original. It looks like it's the same plug. Yeah, so the little IR cutout works. They just used regular, a lot of the same stuff. This, of course, won't fit through here anymore. The question is, what will it work without having the motors attached to it and the LED and stuff? I'm not sure. But I'm gonna pop this apart so we can grab the power separate, and we'll see how that comes apart here. Okay. Ah, cool. All right, it's the bottom. We'll just steal the bottom piece. So we have our power connector. And plugs into this port here. So, alright, well, I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to just figure out a way to get an image out of this and see if I can get something working, and then I'll jump back in. You guys can see if this worked or not. Anyway. Okay, welcome back, guys. Okay, just show you. Hey, it's just have the original power connector plugged into here to this housing. I can make this better later, but just trying to get. It's all I needed for the bare basics. I did have to hook the stuff back up and use the app and try to figure out how it worked in general. I probably should have done that before I took it apart, but so that's why I skipped ahead here. But we're back to where we were at. So I would suggest if you're going to do something like this, make sure you get the app set up and working before you take it apart. But okay, so it works. I got my phone connected up to it, so you can kind of see here. I'll do like a screenshot of it. But essentially, it's working really well. This is there's the adjustable thing here for telephoto. It goes in, I think you can see it go out and in. So yeah, it's a pretty nice little setup. But and then the deal is with this, if I get it kind of set up, I have this little oscope meter thing here. I'm just using this as an example. I can point it at that and get a relatively good image on it with some adjustment. I can tune it in and get actual get it really in hyper focus, and then I'll show you what it looks like here, but I'm kind of showing you on the camera, but I'll do some screenshots and stick them into the video here. So this will be a nice little setup when I'm done with that. I can use it when I'm done doing other tinkering with it. I can utilize it as like a bench camera, like a nice zoomed in camera. Even do some like more precision work with it, like zoomed in on the bench. And I'm curious, like look at a circuit board with it or something, and see how good you can get it on there. That's pretty cool. So I'll show that on camera, or I'll do a screenshot of it, but I'm kind of testing it out here, and I'll show you these kind of shots on the I'm amazed that the quality of it is quite good. Yeah, it's not, I mean, you can't get as good as the microscope, but you can get pretty decent on here, and it's pretty cool. But it'll be more importantly be handy for doing nice zoomed in shots of meters and stuff on the bench here. So I'm pretty happy with that turnout on it. But let's see. I'm going to do some other stuff now. I do notice on here there is at the very top up here, there are 4 pins up here, or 4 test points that look like they could be some kind of communication connection. So that makes me curious, and I do have my scope meter here. I can kind of check it out. So we'll see what we find there, and I'll jump back in. Okay, well, did a little more digging on this, and there is no, I can't get any data out of these 4 test points over here. Did find that there's like a Realtek audio chip here that might do data, some kind of data communication too, because normally it's like audio for like a speaker or microphone. I'm assuming that's how it's doing that. And then there's another chip on here that must be its main chip on there. Anyway, I'll snap a little zoomed in shot of those 2 chips on there. Those are the only main ones to make note of. And then of course we got the SD card slot up top here. So, but it works pretty good. I put some shots in there of different things. So hopefully you guys can kind of learn a little bit from this and use it for your own little ideas as well. Thanks, guys.